I plan to inform you about the incredible journey of the monarch butterfly. Who would believe that a monarch butterfly could travel up to 3,000 miles to a destination that it has never been to without directions on how to get there, to hibernate just in the wintertime in Mexico? Imagine setting out on a journey that takes you across a country and having to find a place where you have never been to without directions on how to get there. Researchers have been studying the monarch butterfly for several years, and they study their migration as the butterfly flies down to Mexico every year in the fall. You can even track the monarch butterflies on the U.S. federal website, and it'll show where the monarchs are at during their destination, and you can even has places where you can go on and give sightings of butterflies that you might see on their way. I'll also tell you why this journey to the south is taking place, how they get there, and what happens after they arrive. The monarchs pass out 4 generations. The first 3 generations only live about 6 weeks, and then the 4th generation lives about 8 to 12 months. So they can go through the hibernation period and come back and rebreed in the spring. The 4th generation has clues from the temperatures and from the wind currents on when it is time to depart down to Mexico, and then they take out on their journey. Their destination is the Sahara Mountains in Mexico, where the warm temperatures help the butterflies to hibernate during the winter. The researchers believe that the monarch butterflies are pulled from the position of the sun and the Earth's magnetic pull that takes them down to Mexico and helps them find their way down there. Their journey to Mexico is about 3,000 miles. Their wingspan is unique, and it helps them fly at about 50 miles a day using wind currents and wind thermals to help them with their flight. They travel by day, and then they roost by night, and their bright colors stand out to alarm birds that they are toxic from the milkweed they eat as caterpillars, which helps protect them from their predators. There are also flight paths of the butterflies. They use the shortest path over the water. They gather in groups like this, and then they let the wind currents pull them across the water, so it takes less time. The Mexican government has a reserve called the Monarch Butterfly Biosphere Reserve, and this is where the butterflies are protected from humans, and they roost up in tall fir trees and pine trees about 2 miles above sea level, so that they can stay warm, and they're protected by the humidity and the temperatures, which allow them to stay moist and keep from drying out while they're sleeping. The temperatures heavily monitored down at the reserves because in the year 2000 they had a hard freeze in Mexico, and it killed over half the population of the monarch butterflies. When the monarch butterfly awakes in the spring, it goes back up to the United States. It returns up to the north, and it breeds, and it starts to lay new eggs, and then the monarch starts its journey all over again. The monarch is the only butterfly out of all the butterflies that goes on this journey and takes this trip. There are several groups and websites that you can help out the monarch butterflies if you want to go on and watch them. You can watch them on monarchwatch.org. You can also see them on monarchbutterfly.com, and you can go on to butterflyreleases.com, and you can actually buy a butterfly, one of the monarchs, and you can raise it and release it. Or they'll sell you milkweed seeds so that you can grow some milkweed and you can help feed the monarchs. And that's my speech about the monarch butterfly.